Welcome back, everybody, to round 2 of 6. We have kind of a sweet one here. Zach Patterson is playing a Blue-White Spirits deck, and we talked earlier about
M19 cards.
M19
Yeah.
cards. So he is playing Supreme Phantom.
4 Supreme Phantom, yep.
Now, I'm going to go digging in our tool chest here for this one, and I think we have this. I'm not sure if we have it updated, so I'm going to update them real quick. But
Yeah, Supreme Phantom, 1/3 flyer that gives all other spirits +1/+1. New edition, very, very good cards.
yeah,
What I love about this card mostly is that the second copy, if you get 2 of them on, they're both like unboltable.
okay. So they become 2 force?
2 force.
2 force, yeah.
And bolt's like everywhere right now. So I think there's a. Now, Zach's deck's interesting though. It's got a little bit of spice. I don't know if this is normal for blue-white spirits, but he's running 4 Leonin Arbiter and 4 Ghost Quarter.
Oh.
So he's kind of
okay.
got like a wasteland package.
You
going
see,
on.
this is another combo deck.
He has the Aether Vials, so he's also not just playing Flash. You can see that he did not lead on Aether Vial though. Oh, he has one in his hand.
All right. There's the Cavern. That's a pretty good one.
Cavern naming spirits.
Yep. Spirits for the Cavern, and yeah, Aether Vial Cavern is pretty good against these control decks.
Now, not so much against Jeskai, just because they have so much 3 damage burn, but in general, against a control deck, definitely 2 cards you want to see. Yeah, so here we see our first 2-drop.
Yep.
From Zach. Looks like he's got a decision to make. Now, notable is I don't think Leonin Arbiter is a spirit.
Certainly not.
Alex is like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fetch. Now, the question is, do we have a Ghost Quarter?
Boy.
Because if we do, Alex can't pay for it. We get a little bit of wasteland action.
How much do you love Leonin Arbiter plus Ghost Quarter?
I love Leonin Arbiter. I know
Why am I
some
not
people
surprised?
out there hate it and call it a crappy tutu.
Why am I not surprised?
But you know, I just love the restrictions it puts on opponents, and there's some interesting things you can do with it. If they pay 2 and you resto it, it's a new object, so they have to pay 2 again. But yeah, it looks like Zach does not have a copy of Ghost Quarter. It can still put a little pressure on Alex if he has more fetch lands in his hand. Then he needs to decide, how am I using my mana this turn, because I need to be able to fetch.
Zach has. I'm trying to dig through his hand. He has a Path, a second Leonin Arbiter, and no 1-drop, which is unfortunate, but.
And if his 2 was just Leonin Arbiter, I'm interested how many other 2s he has.
I think there's a Thalia in his hand, as well as another Leonin Arbiter.
So he's like a kind of a taxes spirits deck.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Doesn't look like he's running like. No, he does have Mausoleum Wanderers as well.
I'm going to put the Thalia in play in response to the Leonin Arbiter.
And for those who don't understand how it works, you do get to search with the path to go find a land without paying mana. Since it all resolves at the same time, Leonin Arbiter isn't on the field when you go get the land.
All right, well, Zach has a Thalia now, and he has he has another Leonin Arbiter in hand. Alex has a Logic Knot, I believe, though, so this might be a time.
Yeah, but
and there we go.
But now that he's using Cavern,
that's true. Now we have Cavern, and that's our friend, the Supreme Phantom. So I'm going to go ahead and put Supreme Phantom on the board here for everybody. Like Brad was talking about, Supreme Phantom is a 2-drop flying. It's a spirit. Other spirits you control get +1/+1. So just a vanilla 1/3 right now. Not much going on the board, but it has the potential to do some damage.
you get 2 or 3 of these out, and it starts to add up real quick. Maybe, why isn't he playing Anafenza?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm just kidding.
Here we go.
Just kidding.
We are very deep.
But it is a spirit.
We are so deep. All right, Alex is going to go for a Cryptic Command, bouncing the Vial, and drawing a card.
Okay.
And then passing back.
Oh, interesting.
Trying to delay Zach a little bit, I assume.
Yeah, I would agree.
That's good, Drog Skull Captain.
That's a good one. We should bring that one up.
Yeah,
People don't see that one every
We're going to
day.
bring a lot of these Spirits cards up, believe it or not.
Probably true.
Unless your name's Caleb Durward, you probably don't know what a lot of these do by heart. So we'll bring up Drog Skull.
I bet you Caleb doesn't even know what a lot of these do by heart.
Honestly, probably not. All right, so Drug School Captain we'll bring up here on the board. This is also flying, believe it or not. Also a spirit.
I would hope if it's a spirit, it flies.
Yeah,
I guess
good
they don't
card
all,
design.
but
good
yeah.
card design, honestly. Other spirit creatures you control get +1/+1 and have hexproof. So now, this Jeskai deck that is a point-and-click deck
Yep.
no longer has the ability to light things on fire. So Alex is looking for like Supreme Verdict here.
Right, and the Captain's a 3/3, and the Supreme Phantom's a 2/4.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be pretty rough here.
And his lands are taxed because of the Thalia as well.
Right, and I think we're taking out the Cavern here
Yep.
just so he can counter things if he needs to. Again, these Jeskai decks being able to play Field of Ruin is...
Alex is in a lot of trouble already. Yeah, this thing came out of the gates. I was pretty unimpressed by the turn 2 Leonin Arbor. I was like, oh, we're toast.
I mean, here's the thing about Leonin, and everyone always says Leonin stinks, but you have to spend something on it. You can't just let it sit there. If you're playing a 3-color deck, and it essentially ramped him. He was really hurting on mana.
Yeah. Oh, I was unimpressed because of the start, but now looking at the board, I'm like, whoa, what just happened?
Yeah.
And like, Alex is in tons and tons of trouble at this point.
And he does have a Teferi, but that doesn't.
What is that gonna do?
Well, so
And he
Drugstall
can't
Captain doesn't give itself hexproof, so he can like path.
He can't even play the Teferi here.
Not this turn, but he can path the. He could path the Thalia. That's not great.
It's
either.
not. It's all bad.
It's pretty awkward. He needs to get this Captain off the field. I know he has a path in hand.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's a super tight pinch right now.
And I think he also has a Logic Knot, so he gets to counter whatever Zach plays this turn.
Is that a Moorland Haunt? Is that what that is? I think that's Moorland Haunt.
I think so, yes. One of in Zach's list.
Do you have 2 Logic Knots? Pair of Logic Knots.
Oh, maybe he doesn't have a path. He must not have a path if he's just taking this damage. Oh, no, that is... What is that?
All right, here's another Leonin Arbiter.
This isn't the greatest threat either, so, like, I
No.
like this.
Yeah, here's another combo, if you will. Thalia plus
Yeah,
Aether Vial.
it comes up every once
Just
in a while.
more cap. We've watched 2 combo decks already this tournament.
It comes up every once in a while. All right, there's the path that I thought he had. So I'm surprised. Oh, right. He had to pay 2 mana, so
Yeah,
he
he had to
couldn't
pay
Logic
2.
Knot and...
Right.
Yeah, so he
We're
doesn't
just
get
making sure. Yep.
he doesn't get to search with the path because Leonin Arbiter's in play.
Yep. So we'll be able to search this, flip the search for Escanta.
Yeah,
But,
which is going to be real good. Oh, he chose not to? 3,
I think he's
7.
thinking on the card still.
Oh, sure. Okay, yeah.
Left it.
Nice.
I thought it was a Supreme Verdict.
Oh.
I was like, wow, we're toast.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So this allows us to Teferi plus so he could Teferi and I guess
He can actually, by the looks of it, he can Teferi.
tuck something. Is that what he's
He
doing?
could tick up if he wanted, and then he would untap with 3 mana.
That's so dangerous.
But he doesn't have. And I think he has a click. Oh, it looks like he's just.
Oh,
gonna
we have to
search.
pay because of the stupid Leonin Arbiter.
Yes. Yeah. It is taxing.
Alex down to 7, so
That's very relevant.
yeah. He's dead to another Lord.
And I think Zach's got like 4 cards still left in hand.
He's got a lot of cards.
There's a lot of resources. Oh, it looks like a Serum Vision.
Is that it? That's our big plan?
Looking
That's our
like
big
it.
plan is Serum Visions?
I need to find that Supreme Verdict.
What?
Does he have any other? He has a Wrath of God as well?
Yeah, he can't cast them, though, because of Thalia.
Well, not this turn.
He's dead.
Yeah, there's only
He's dead to a
4,
Lord.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess it's only 6. You need double Lord.
Yes, he would need two lords. What's the Moorland Haunt do?
Yeah, I'll bring Moreland Haunt back up here for everybody. So
All right.
Moreland Haunt is it's gonna put a 1/1 spirit on the field, which you can't do this turn. But I don't. Do I love this card? I don't know. Exile
Yeah,
creature card from graveyard.
I'm not like.
It's pretty grindy, I guess.
I'm not in love with it. It is. Yeah, I guess.
It's semi-free. What do we got?
I guess if you're spirit tribal, looks like a bolt was found.
Ugh.
The Serum Vision. It's actually pretty solid.
He's like out. He's like on empty now though. The Search for Viscant is pretty solid. I don't know.
And the Cavern made the early Logic Nuts so awkward.
Yeah.
So now, like, Alex is kind of stuck with these Logic Nuts in his hand.
Is that another Leonin Arbiter? This is not a Spirits deck. This is a
right.
Leonin Arbiter deck.
Yeah.
Leonin Arbiter Tribal.
Well, it's only not Spirits because he's not playing the Spirits out of his
Right.
hand.
What do we got?
Which I think he should be doing this turn.
Another captain?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty brutal.
It's real good.
Attack for 4 here, right?
Yep. Take 4 down to 3. Now he has to answer the captain, and if there's any other lord,
So we have
it's
to.
a lethal.
So we mostly have to tuck the captain. That leaves us dead on board. That's a Supreme Verdict, I think. Sure is.
Yep.
Oh, am I wrong? I thought it was Supreme Verdict. I'm like 90% sure. Dud.
Yep.
That's a good one.
I mean, but now with Alex at 3, the Moreland Haunt's actually relevant.
Everything is going to be tough to beat. Yeah, and anything he plays with these the 2 Logic Nuts aren't doing anything anymore.
He'll probably get to use 1 this turn.
There's a
If he wants.
That's a Mausoleum Wanderer, I believe.
Yes.
I think he has 2 paths, a Mausoleum Wanderer, and that's it.
Is that what's that last card in scene?
That's the farthest right one.
The farthest left one.
I thought that was another Thalia.
Okay.
I could be wrong. It is another Thalia.
Yep.
So Thalia plus making a spirit is lethal.
You got to get those WMCQ art Thalias if you're going to use
ones?
Thalia.
Yeah, they're great
They're just
looking.
so amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Alex is just like has to tuck this Thalia here, right? Or else he's dead. He's dead on board at this point if he doesn't tuck Thalia.
Between the Moreland Haunt and the
Moreland
Thalia.
Haunt and the Thalia is lethal. Yeah. He can go spinning. I don't know if I love this. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably.
Yeah, and you have to get rid of this.
And at this point, what do you do with your 1/1 now that you're gonna make?
Huh. Wow, that's tough.
I almost feel like you kill the Teferi. Like your 1/1's not lethal.
Yeah, I agree. You just want him to spin his tires for a little bit.
Yeah.
So Thalia looks like he can get tucked down. And then was he? Oh, he's short blue mana, I think. I was wondering if Zach could have played the Mausoleum Wanderer as well, but he was short of blue mana.
Oh, sure.
Now, is this any creature, Moreland Haunt?
I believe it is. Yeah.
Creature card, okay.
So he's leaving Violon 2.
That's a Ghost Quarter. Oh, and he has a Leonin Arbiter. Nice Search for Escanta.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Or Escanta the Sunken Rune, excuse me, whatever. This is so nuts.
I think we're killing Teferi. If it's me, I think I'd kill Teferi.
Yeah, I would certainly load up on Teferi here.
I would also take my time to resolve something this turn rather than like make a spirit, I think.
You think so?
Alex is down.
What? Oh, we're doing this in the stack. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't go for the search.
I guess the search doesn't really matter because now does Alex not have red mana?
Yeah, that might be it.
I can't. The glare's kind of bad on it. I think Alex has some foiled cards in the middle one. I can't tell if it's a Sacred Foundry. I think maybe.
Looks like he's decided to just make another spirit. He might not have another threat.
Alex finds Cryptic Command. We're spinning our tires again.
Yeah, it's good enough.
I'm making another spirit here. Now it looks like. Yep, Alex is passing, so I think Zach's gonna make another spirit here. Yep, Zach comes to the same conclusion. Going to exile another creature card and make another spirit. I laughed at this Moorland Haunt, and it's actually going to do some pretty decent work this game.
Yeah, we were making fun of it, weren't we?
Yeah, we're crypticing here, it looks like. Tap your team. Draw a card. All right. Draw a card.
I mean, this is lethal on board, right?
Yeah, he's been tapped down. So he doesn't have it this turn. He needs Alex to spin one more turn, but I mean at this rate, Alex hasn't done anything.
He's got enough 1/1s, I think, in the.
Yeah. It's another Ghost Quarter. Wow, that's brutal.
Wow.
Now we're going after the Azcant, I assume.
I would.
You gonna let him untap with it? That's scary.
Well, I think that's fine actually. If he wants to spend 4 mana to activate Azcanta, like.
Oh, now he gets a search, though, is my problem.
Sure.
Because like if you find Supreme Verdict again,
Yeah,
or
the
Wrath of God, yeah. Now we're in trouble.
Or a
again.
Cryptic.
Yeah, now we're in trouble again. I think I would have blown it up and made him.
This cost him more mana though.
That's true.
Right? If he just went for it on the end step, then Alex gets to untap with what, 5 lands in play, and now he only has 4.
He's got Serum Visions, Teferi. He needs a Wrath effect here.
Yeah.
Helix is good.
Helix is solid.
So here's the problem, though, is now, if say Alex goes to Helix this, he can path it in response.
Yes.
He should probably do it. To even now, if he doesn't,
think
it's still
he's
getting
thinking
pathed.
about it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he should.
He should path his own, and then he's dead to the spirits.
And then he's dead. Yeah.
Man, great heads-up play here by Zach, too.
Very smart.
I mean, it's still correct.
Yep.
Like, even this is great play, though. It's not going to work out for him, but it's great play.
Yep.
So now that dies, and then Alex is going to go up to 6. He should have a 3rd spirit here, I believe.
Yes.
He's still dead in
And
2 turns.
I think we haven't chosen a creature yet. So I don't.
I think he's digging one out, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure he didn't pick the Leonin Arbiter because it wouldn't be a legal target yet.
The 3rd spirit. That was pretty good. That was like nice back and forth there from
Good stack.
from Zach.
Yeah, definitely. But now this is still a 2-turn clock.
Still 2-turn clock. Either way you cut it. And he's just, a Lord kills Alex here too.
Yes, that's a good point. Another Thalia isn't the worst.
So he has Mausoleum Wanderer, Thalia. Yeah, I'm just slamming here. And I'm probably just playing the Thalia.
Still missing that other blue though to be able to play Wanderer down.
Yeah, maybe we just play Thalia and pass.
Yeah.
Keep taxing him.
Still making the 1/1s, I think.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
Has to find Wrath of God. We thought he had a Visions,
Sure
so he
does.
did hit a land. So he can... Technically, he can Vision into a Wrath of God and cast it?
Yeah, or like does Snapcaster do it from here? Yes, because he would have the Helix.
It'd be very similar, yeah.
I think Zach has another Path to Exile.
Yeah, he...
Wow, we're going to 2.
I think it's his only option.
I think so as well. It's pretty brutal.
Whenever I watch Alex shuffle, it looks like it's in, like, sped up.
It's very odd, yeah.
Yeah. Electrolyze?
That does not do it. He's 1 land
yeah.
short. Yeah. Wow. Unbelievable.
Wow. Cool game. Sweet game.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
So Zach Patterson going to win game 1 here with his blue-white spirits take against Jeskai Control. That was
really good patience, really good heads up, trying to path his own creature.
Yeah, the Moorland Haunt really outperformed for me. I couldn't have been more wrong about that card when I laughed at it.
Yeah, and he did have to field a cavern pretty early, so I wonder if now he might be a little bit more patient because I assume some number of his counterspells are coming out because of a vial.
Yeah, this was that was tough. I assume that this is Moorland Haunt's best matchup is like Jeskai Control, Jund, things like the point and click decks per se. So nice that it showed up. I think it's a 1-of in his deck. It's a 1-of.
Here's an interesting question: can Jund play Field of Ruin? Can Abzan?
No.
All these Jeskai decks are playing it.
I don't know, man. No, I don't. Don't
And
ask me questions
they have
like
creature
that.
lands just like Jund.
Yeah, and like the worst thing you have that's like a double color is like Liliana of the Veil, and these people are playing Cryptic Command for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I don't know. The problem is, I think, is that you're not like a. I don't know. I don't know if you really can leverage like late, where like Field of Ruin is better late.
Right.
Like as Jund, you need to be casting your things right away, and like 2 spelling a turn, and you just can't with.
I mean, it
Field.
definitely hurts you. In the past,
squeeze
though, people
2?
have run like Gavany in their Abzan lists, or I don't know. I've seen Ghost Quarters some like long time ago. It's been,
Yeah, I just think
ages,
Gavany's just better in those that like the Abzan.
I mean, in the
deck.
Abzan for sure, because you have souls, but not in Jund.
Yeah,
So like,
what is Jund like? Jund plays no colorless lands, though, right? Have they ever
exactly?
played?
I don't think that they do, and I was a little curious as to why that's never been tried.
That's interesting.
And it could just be like you said, like you need to kind of like thought seize and cast another spell, or you might want to thought seize and cast Liliana.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably a consideration. All right, so speaking of not Jund, so Zach's deck is kind of out there. So
Yeah.
what do you got for the board
It's
here?
got 2 Burniston Forge Tenders,
That's pretty good.
which if you're worried about red removal, Anger of the Gods, definitely a great card. Eidolon of Rhetoric,
Real
mostly for Storm. Fragmentize could come in. I don't think you should. It's probably more there for Affinity, but Detention Sphere is a card. I don't know that I would worry about it, but it does have a target.
Yep.
Kataki War's Wage, also for Affinity. 2 Negate, definitely coming in. A Path, probably not. 2 Rest in Peace, I think, are fine to bring in.
Combo deck.
They're not great, but they're fine.
Combo deck with the Moorland Haunt.
The
I'm just
one-up
kidding.
land.
I'm just
the
kidding this
one-up
time.
land they
This
have
time I'm
draw,
kidding.
Yeah. 2 Settle the Wreckage, definitely not, but that's an interesting one.
It is.
I like that. 1 Unified Will, certainly coming in, and then 2 Stony Silence.
Yeah.
Definitely not. So, we were talking on the trip up that KCI is kind of one of the big threats that everyone's talking about. It's so good, it's hard to beat, yada yada. And we've seen a lot of white decks that are playing multiple copies of Stony, and everyone's showing up with it. And
Stony and Rest in Peace is like the Rest in Peace is
Yeah.
nuts. Stony's very good also, obviously.
Yes.
I agree with you. I think Eidolon and Rhetoric is good enough in this matchup.
Really?
Yeah, because Snapcaster Mage is the way they really take over the game, and I think Eidolon and Rhetoric is good enough against Snapcaster decks.
It's a 1/3. Does not.
But they have to light the rest of your things on fire, right?
It's an enchantment too, right?
Yeah.
Is it an enchantment spirit?
Right. I don't think it's oh, it might be.
Let's look it up.
I think it is a spirit, actually, now that I think about
If
it.
it's a spirit, I could see it.
Rhetoric. It is
It is a
indeed
spirit.
a spirit.
Ooh. Oh, it's a
1/4.
1/4
Yeah,
too.
I would say
Okay.
it's a 1/4.
Wow.
So it becomes a 1.
All right, maybe.
I love it.
Maybe.
1 mutable. Holy cow.
I can see it.
All right, so I think that's probably fine. I assume that the paths are coming out right away.
A second Moorland Haunt has to be better than a Mutavault, right?
No.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
There's only so many things that die. Like, the Mutavault's pretty aggressive.
I guess it also gets pumped. It's technically a spirit.
All right, well, they've already started up here, so we're going to jump right into the game here. And here comes the Mausoleum Wanderer on 1 for Zach Patterson.
Finally, Zach gets to play as Mausoleum Wanderer.
What is this card that Alex Hamilton has in his sideboard? Cleansing Nova. Speaking of new cards,
Yeah.
this is a 5-drop. I'm going to put this on the screen, actually.
Holy.
This is
5 mana, Alex?
5 mana. I've seen this card because people thought this was good. I don't think it is.
Well, good for standard or good in general?
In general, like in this deck.
In modern.
So destroy all artifacts and enchantments for 5 mana sorcery speed. Aren't you dead by then?
Against where that effect matters, probably.
Yeah, aren't you like dead?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like the destroy all
With the
creatures.
exception
is,
of like Lantern, maybe.
yeah, destroy all creatures is like your. I mean, that's fine, but for 5 mana, come on. And I don't think the second split half is good enough. But hey, I'm open to being wrong.
I think we can do better, but it is a powerful card. It's no Fiery Justice.
Is anything really Fiery Justice? Then?
No, that card is
That's just your card.
it's insane.
All right, so Alex going to go down to 17 here to fetch around before this Leon and Arbiter hits the field. A lot more aggressive start here from Zach with the Mausoleum Wanderer, and I love this one of Sheffet Dunes.
Oh yeah,
That's just like super free.
yeah. I love Shove It Dunes. I mean, you might take a little bit of pain, maybe 1 or 2. You're not really a fetch deck,
Yeah.
because you have Arbiter in your deck. So I've always liked Shove It Dunes.
I was just going to do a brief one because we didn't really get to Alex's sideboard, but he has a kind of, we want the Wrath effects really. So like he has 1 Engineer Explosives. He has the Lyra Dawnbringer.
He definitely brings that in.
The Cleansing Nova sounds fine. The Elspeth might be okay.
Yeah, I think Elspeth not protecting in the
It's tough.
air.
That's all he really has, though. And then he has
Yeah.
one Wrath and one Supreme Verdict.
The Lyra and Baneslaying Angel Baneslayer seem completely fine.
Yeah, Baneslayer is probably impossible to beat.
Yeah. I mean, even
I
Lyra
assume-
is like first strike, lifelink.
Yeah, I assume the pads are coming out, so here's a click.
And I assume we're clicking Zach.
Alex has the Baneslayer Angel in hand, I believe, as well.
Wow. That's solid.
Oh, Rattle Chains.
Rattle chains,
I like it.
trigger.
Yeah, so, oh, wow. Zach's hand is stacked if he finds a land.
Wow.
He has double
There
Spell Queller,
is
double
not
Drog
much-
Skull.
Do you even? What do you take anything?
Nothing. No.
You don't want to give him a
Don't
chance
give
to
him a
hit
land.
a land.
Yeah, there's no way. There's zero chance I take a card. I say, all right, sweet. Hope you brick. And I get to play my...
This is great. If
Baneslayer.
If Zach draws a cavern,
I don't think I'm ever taking anything here if I'm Alex. He doesn't. Good
Yep.
for him. Yeah, smart play.
smart play, Alex. I agree with you.
Yeah, Alex has his fourth land here. And yeah, he's gonna. Alex looks like he has his fifth land too for this angel. Yeah, Alex is in really good shape here. Gonna go ahead and Snapcaster bolt down this Mausoleum Wanderer. He's just gonna hang back on defense here. I think this is fine. He knows the game. If it goes late, he's gonna win. So. Zach misses his third land drop and then just plays this Aether Vial out. So
Which isn't the worst. Like, he's got a lot of threes, so if he can get it to three,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. But I agree with you. Like, he would love to draw a Cavern of Souls.
yeah, he needed a cavern really desperately there. I think Alex is just gonna I think this game just ends next turn.
Well, and Alex is one of those players that when he has perfect information, he plays very, very well. And you can tell with, like, his pace of play that he's found, the route to victory, essentially.
Yeah,
This is really heads up. He knows that Zach's hand is quite strong. And so I think, is that Baneslayer?
yeah, it's the Baneslayer, signed no
Yes,
less. He
yeah,
was
yeah,
playing this card.
Yeah.
This
Absolutely.
game's over.
Yeah, this has got to be over.
I assume that Zach has boarded out some of these
Zach.
paths.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, he picks them up.
Yeah, he picks 'em
Good, smart play. Thank you for saving us a bunch of time. I appreciate that. The Baneslayer Angel was just going to be impossible at that point to beat. So yeah, I think Alex probably sideboarded fine. He got a bolt, a snap bolt, and just kind of ran Zach over. Zach missed the third land.
Which, if you're going to beat spirits, that's like the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
You want to be bolting and helixing early, remove their things, and then that kind of diminishes their synergy.
Yeah.
And then their cards aren't as good, and then your big cards like Baneslayer can take over.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know if Baneslayer was going to be great. I think he brought the Cleansing Nova. I saw it in there also. So he's
Yeah.
just like loading up on spot removal and like trying to Wrath at some point to get to that point.
Yeah, one of the cards we didn't talk about was Wear Tear. I can't imagine bringing it in. I do like the EE though. Wear Tear just killing Vile. It's one of the ways that it makes like your verdicts a lot worse or your Cleansing Novas. But I think EE is probably just fine.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah, I like what Alex's deck brings to the table.
Yeah, I think he's okay. I think game one was kind of weird. The Moorland Haunt added an extra element that, like, just to grind through. And I think if he doesn't have that card, that game's totally different.
Yeah.
There's no way I don't think that
Zach being on the
wins.
play is, if he can get a real aggressive start going, I think Alex could be in some trouble.
Yeah, does Zach have, like, Dispel? No, he has 2 negates and a Unified Will. I just think he needs to, like, stick a way to stop, like, the first removal spell. He needs to play a couple threats and hopefully bridge to like, miss a removal
Well, he
spell.
had Wanderer, but he didn't really have a great way to, like, turn it into protection.
Yeah.
And you do kind of lose a creature. But, Judge's Familiar and those types of effects have historically been decent.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this third game goes with Zach back on the play.
He really needs to find an aggressive start.
He does. I think you really need something like Mausoleum Wanderer into Thalia. I think Thalia is your best card.
At the
on
very least, I think he needs Vile.
Violent one.
or Wanderer. Like he needs to have a 1-drop.
Wants to go double 2, yeah, right away, quickly, yeah. I think that's probably a fair take. He needs to go something on 1, Thalia on 2 almost certainly, and then either a counterspell on 3 or a Lord, I think, is the best start possible.
He could also open on Arbiter if he needed to.
That's fair.
On 2. I feel like that's a must answer. But yeah, thought he would be better.
Yeah, that was a rough one for Zach. He missed the land and had just double Queller, which is pretty good. Like the Queller even on 3, holding up Queller on 3 is pretty large.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Is he on all 4 of those?
Just
All 4, yeah.
yeah.
3 Selfless Spirit. That's another card that could be good on 2 as well.
Yeah, it's not what I'm like super excited about. I'd much rather vial that in response to something.
Sure. We have
I see a couple of Rattle Chains.
double Rattle Chains. I think it's a Moorland Haunt. I think there's a Drog Skull Captain in that hand. I don't think it's very aggressive, but Rattle Chains on 2, Rattle Chains on 3 is not bad.
Yeah, and Rattle Chains protects the Rattle Chains, so.
Yep.
And a Cavern. Great way to
Oh,
start.
man, we're in new
Oh,
business
yeah,
here.
this is a really good hand.
This is nuts, yeah. He has double Rattle Chains here.
Yeah. Are you...
The
wow.
Helix? Yeah, Alex has a Helix.
Now, I doubt... Alex... This is going to be interesting. I don't think Alex will... I think Alex is just going to play Sorcery Speed and a lot of removal the way this game's going to play
Yes,
out.
I
would
agree.
assume. Zach is probably just going to main phase the Rattle Chains here just to get the extra point. Like playing in at flash speed this early, I don't think does too much.
Yes, double Rattle Chain. I thought that might have been a Thalia as well.
There's your Cleansing Nova.
Cleansing Nova, goodness.
And I think it was a Electrolyze.
Got double Helix. Alex's hand's very good also.
Yeah.
I think just if all things are equal here, Alex's hand is better suited for the game.
Double Helix is a lot of life.
I like this discipline, just get in for the 1. It's tough, but
Nah, I think you play it. And the reason is like if Alex untaps and goes Helix your dude, you can just sack your Wanderer.
also fair.
Now Alex isn't going to do anything.
So there's the Rattle Chains.
And now you're in the same... I felt like you were in the same boat.
That's fair.
But you missed a point.
Missed a point, okay. Yeah, Seachrome Coaster, it's 3rd land, so like he's rolling. He has a Drog Skull Captain in here, I
Oh,
think.
yeah, that's...
Maybe not. If he didn't play it pre-combat, I don't think he has it.
Well, he could be playing around counters. I think that's a card you definitely want to like protect. Yeah. Okay.
He's a Cavernous Wolf.
Yes.
I mean, Alex has to do something here, right? Here's another Rattle Chains.
Wow.
Like, what do you do now? The Cleansing Nova is going to take forever. Maybe it's not a Drug Skull Captain. Another Helix? So we're just going to, like, sack this one, right? Sack this Wanderer?
Well, I think we're doing it in response,
Oh, in response,
to the Wanderer.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Pathing our own guy?
I don't think so. It's a little bit of a time walk. He gains 3. You're attacking for 3.
Yeah. I just think Alex's hand is much better suited for this game.
Definitely. I mean,
Drew another Path?
there's the Haunt.
That's a Ghost Quarter, I think. I think that's the
you're
Ghost
right.
Quarter.
Yep.
I wish it was the Haunt. The Haunt would have been excellent. Yeah, the Moorland Haunt would have been just nuts.
So is this hand really that weak though? It's double path.
I think Zach's hand is double path, which is just nonsense right now. I'm surprised there's 2 in the deck still.
I could see just 2, and he could be unfortunate in that he drew them both.
That's fair.
But I certainly would have ordered out at least 1.
Maybe that white card's something else. I'm trying to dig and see if I can figure it out, but
So far, Alex doing a fair job
Yeah,
at breaking up the synergy.
it's 2 paths.
Now we're doing this in upkeep,
Upkeep, yeah.
not draw step.
How good is this Electrolyze going to be that Alex has in his hand right now?
That's pretty solid. Rattle Chains is a 2-1, right?
Yeah.
Wow, he could have done it now. He could have floated mana, and then he wouldn't have to worry about the Wanderer.
Yeah.
I guess he's still. What he actually has to worry about is Zach flashing in a spirit
Or a
in
Queller.
response.
Yeah, like a Queller is the card you're worried about. There's that floating mana. Yep, zap, zap. Do you have a Queller? Please say this is a Queller, and it was not a Mausoleum one, or not a Drug School Captain that I thought it was. Well.
Negate. Yeah, that's probably worth using.
Okay. Yep. I'd say. Yeah, now this game's going to be over in a quick. He just drew a Snapcaster Mage. Zach really needs to find a way to give these hexproof.
And he has a Cleansing Ray as well.
Yeah. He's missing a 5th land? No, he has a 5th land too.
Yeah. Alex is in great shape.
Yeah,
I mean, even the second Helix in his hand is really solid.
yeah, he's in a really good spot here.
Oh, we can't Cleansing Ray because of the Wanderer. It'll just be a 1-for-1. But he can snap Helix, which seems solid.
All right, well.
So it looked like he drew a 1-drop based on.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah, Alex is just in a really great spot here. I think anything he does here is good enough at this point. Is that another Mausoleum Wanderer? Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good.
Is he going to sack this? Wow.
Counters it. Wow.
Okay.
Alex down to 7 now, but
I mean, sadly, like Zach needs a 3-drop.
there's just
Zach,
there's just
he
not
needs
enough.
a little bit more power.
Yeah, there's just not enough pressure. And look, this Cleansing Nova can get launched right now.
He would have to worry about another Spirit.
He has a Snapcaster and Helix. He has tons.
If you go for the Cleansing Ray, he could get him with the Spirit.
Yeah, the Cleansing Nova could be. He could get blown out by it, by casting it. So.
Yep. I agree with going with the Rattle Chains here, not just because it's a 2-1, but giving other spirits flash is pretty relevant.
Yeah, it's pretty obnoxious.
And we have another interesting situation. Like, is he pathing?
Wow. That's not a path.
Another Wanderer.
Just the purest of 1/1s. Yeah, now we're pathing our own thing.
Interesting. So, little heads up here from Zach on sequencing. He wanted to get a 2/2 Wanderer down, or like up, before pathing his own guy, just in case he needed to fight over it. All right. Alex, I think, is at 5.
Yeah.
So we're not out of this yet.
Zach really needs a 3-drop here.
Yeah.
And like pretty quickly, because Alex has another Snapcaster, or he has a Snapcaster, and he has this Cleansing Nova. He's down to 4. So now Zach's down to 1 card, is that right?
I believe you are correct.
Oh, I think it's a Selfless Spirit.
Yeah, but it doesn't have flash anymore. If it was,
Wouldn't he have jammed?
I wouldn't have gotten an extra point of damage in.
I thought it was I could be wrong. I thought it was a Selfless Spirit.
I'm not sure. It looks like
almost certainly
it
just.
looks like it's a snap Helix turn.
It's pretty risky. You know, your opponent's playing negates now, so.
Yeah.
You know, if he had a Spirit here, these guys are lethal.
It was a path.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Oh, Zach
Holy
Patterson
cow.
with the top deck.
Oh my god.
The Spell Queller. Wow. And Alex.
Wow. I think he had a way to win that game.
I think he definitely had a way to win that game. I think if he just goes for Snap Helix, he's in a much better spot.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know what to say. I got to come back to my face. I think
that was clip worthy.
Wow, that was a blowout. That is like the purest of blowouts.
Yeah, I think Alex was playing a little too fast. Probably should have thought about ways he could have lost or got,
Yeah.
defeated because any spirit coming down kills him, and so he's essentially saying, I'm going to put one blocker in the way. If you can remove this and you have a flash spirit, you're dead. But if he goes for snap helix, I don't think there's a way he dies that turn.
Wow, and he got not only did he get pathed, he had the flash spirit for it too.
Oh, actually, he would still die.
He would still die.
Right, because he snap helixes, you queller the helix.
Queller the helix, yeah.
And
so he needed to do it. He needed to sorcery speed it, basically.
Yeah, probably.
Or I thought the cleansing Nova was fine at that turn.
I also agree.
I know they're 1/1s, but you
you're
needed
still
him to
two
miss.
for one.
Yeah,
two for
one,
yeah.
and then your opponent is playing a sorcery speed creature again, and you have a snapcaster and a helix.
Right, exactly.
So I felt like if you're playing cleansing Nova, you're playing it as soon as possible, right? Like there's multiple creatures,
window,
and I think that was the window that he had. I don't think there was a better one.
Man, that one.
That was tough. Anyways, we're gonna
congratulations to Zach.
Yeah,
that
congrats.
That was a nice top deck and well played with it.
Yeah, and he moves to 2-0 on the day, so
2-0,
we might see him later, hopefully.
Yeah.
But we're gonna take a short little break here. There's about 5 minutes left in the round, roughly somewhere in that neighborhood. So we're gonna take a quick break, but we'll be back with round 3 here shortly.